My name is Michelle Van Zant, and I titled this Grab Your Passport. As each and every person in this room entertains the idea of moving away and entertaining the wide realm of what we call life, I want to talk to you about something that you may or may not know about, but it may open your eyes a little bit wider than before. It's called studying abroad. Through this, your university, program of study, or even just the class that decides to leave the country makes it a very beneficial trip for those who decide to take part in it. According to an article from BBC, the number of international students in 1975 rose from 0.08 million to 3.7 million in 2009. This number continues to rise by 12% each year. However, there are some very important decisions you need to make before you can pack your suitcase and grab your passport. First, you must choose your country. Second, you have to have a reason for traveling. And lastly, learn to utilize your time while you're there. When you travel, the most important decision is choosing a destination. Imagine yourself in the middle of New York City, sitting down in a taxi. When the driver asks you where you're going to be headed next, you say, "I don't really know, wherever is convenient." That probably wouldn't end too well, and you would most likely lose your cab driver. Knowing exactly where you're going to be headed is extremely important. After you decide that studying abroad is for you, contact your advisor and they can get you in contact with an international student and advisor to help you set up the trip. It is very important wherever you go to keep up with medical records, your visa, or your passport. USA Today encourages students to ask themselves 3 questions when choosing a destination. The first one is if you know a second language. Knowing a second language helps you when you choose your country. If you're going to Germany, you have to know that language. If you're going to England, you can speak exactly what you do here in America. Number 2, are you comfortable with traveling alone? Or if you're going to travel with a group, you could go with a group study. If you're going with a group study, you could go with the study that is in your specific major. So with business students, they go in a group. If you're going alone, you could go wherever you want to in the world. Number 3, would you prefer an urban or a rural country? Obviously, if you're going to go to Ireland, you're going to be seeing a lot of hills and probably a lot of sheep. If you're going to England, you're going to see a lot of Big Bens and lots and lots of people. My choice would be London, England. The country, the people, and even the accents are something that would entice me to want to go there. You must choose something that only you would be interested in, because you are the traveler and you have to embrace it. Every traveler must have a reason for traveling, and with this particular situation, it would be merely educational. Now, in the back of your mind, you may choose Germany because the drinking age is lower than the States, or you may choose France because they have some pretty good food. But education should be your #1 focus. Depending on the program the university does a partnership with, you would be doing a summer-long session, a spring break session, a winter session, or a semester-long session. Just to throw the disclaimer out there, CMO offers all of these opportunities for basically any major you choose. This is a big reason why I am so interested in studying abroad myself. It is a very real possibility that for me, studying abroad is going to be happening. Now, some programs, like business, could offer class credit for the program itself while the student is overseas. For others, like nursing students, finishing clinicals in a spring break time span would be difficult, so they offer university studies. This could benefit every student. You could also use the educational portion on your resume or even in your life. According to the University of California, Merced, 97% of studying abroad students were hired within 12 months of graduation, while an average of students was only at 49%. 100% of them increased their GPAs as well. Studying abroad could inspire you to further your education more than you thought you could ever do to begin with. Education is a great motivation for leaving the country, but exploration and the making of friendships is pretty great too. When students are not working on their homework or studying for exams, they are encouraged to visit surrounding cities and mingle with other students that are there for the very same reason as them. If I would travel to London, I would probably visit the Buckingham Palace or the Big Ben, or maybe even a few museums while I was there. I could take enough pictures to last me a lifetime. And then I have this video. When you take all of these into consideration, you can change your personal perspective on your education. Julia Reinhard-Lupton told IES Abroad in an interview, "The language, research, and living skills I learned in Germany continue to sustain me now in my career as a professor. I always encourage my undergrad students to consider including studying abroad in their academic plans, since I know what a difference it has made in my own life." We have discussed how to choose your country, why you should go, and what you should do while you are there. So next week when you start packing your suitcase, I hope you do it with a smile.